Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Yes, good morning and welcome back to the Kop TV. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all very happy and healthy as England enter the semi-finals tonight against Denmark. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about these lads, Liverpool Football Club, and who we should be buying. Please, if you're watching this right now, send in your three names, your dream three names that you would like to see Liverpool sign this summer. We're going to read out the three names and then hopefully we can come to an agreement by the end of it and decide which three names we as a collective group would most like Liverpool to sign. So if you're watching it now, obviously give us a like. It doesn't take long, just a little click. Give us a comment, like I said, who you think should be Liverpool's three targets this summer. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. We've got lots of content coming up, not only this month, but next season we're going to go in overload. Trust me, we're going to be back at every single game in the Premier League and the Cups, speaking to the fans outside the stadium, starting off with Norwich away. And then we, of course, have a new podcast starting as well. Hot Topics, myself and James Redmond will be starting that very soon indeed. So I hope you're all well. Like I said, it's been a few days since we've been on the channel, and I've left a little comment here saying, tell us which three players Liverpool should buy, and I'll read out the best ones. So we're trying to get together three of the best names from all of your suggestions that we can put forward to the club and see if they can sign them. So, right, obviously in the thumbnail, you might be wondering, why is Felipe Coutinho in this? And it wasn't really a name that I wanted to include as a realistic option. However, when you actually look at what he's available for, it only forces me to ask you guys the question. 20 million, Felipe Coutinho. Is he coming back? Is it worth putting that money down to bring him back? Is it going to be the same Coutinho that left us in 2018? And let's be real. When he left us in 2018, I'm pretty sure the last 6 months before that, he was in the best form of his career, full stop. So is it time to bring home Felipe Coutinho for 20 million? And let's not forget as well, I think Barcelona still owe us a lot of money from the Coutinho deal. 50 million, I've heard. I mean, obviously it was the best piece of business Liverpool have ever done by selling him for so much. 147 million, I think it was in the end, pounds. Could we get him back for 20 million? Is it worth it? Let me know in the comments now what you would think, as I need to sneeze. Wait there. Hey, maybe again. There you go. See, it's real. This is what live YouTube does. Makes you sneeze. I have got really bad hay fever as well, guys. So that's probably why my eyes look quite red and I'm sneezing. But nuclear atoms. Thank you. Bless you. Two bless yous there. Love that. You can see it's getting me already as we're speaking, man. Maybe it's the dust in here, I don't know. But Nuclear Atom says Liverpool's transfer business is really quiet. Well, remember, we've already done one piece of great business that we did early doors, so we could kind of, what's the word? Not sit on it, but I mean, it makes us less stressed that we've already gone out and bought a world-class centre-back, right? Who's agreeing with me there? But apart from that, Nuclear, you are right. Liverpool have had a quiet transfer window so far, but when the window finishes, when the Euros finishes this week, trust me on that one. We've got the new kit being launched tomorrow, by the way, but trust me, we will be eyeing some players. Don't doubt that. Trust me on that one. Judas would be cheaper for 20 pieces of silver. Steve Lydon says, obviously talking about Coutinho there. No, we don't want him back, says Daniel. Very interesting, very differing views. Simon Wilson 29. Sorry, S Wilson 29. I've just guessed that your name is Simon. If it is Simon, let me know. And I've obviously had a good guess there. But I'd take him for cheap. This is the thing. When a player like that does become available, and let's face it, Barcelona they need to sell him for so many different financial reasons. And I think if we offered 20 mil, I think they take it. But this is the thing. It's like Gareth Bale going back to Tottenham, right? It was a fairy tale signing, going back to his club that he made his name at. But realistically, it was never going to be the same Gareth Bale from 2011. This is a Bale that's been at Real Madrid now for what, 8 years, and he comes back in his 30s. It's obviously not the same Gareth Bale, is it? Coutinho, I'm not saying that he's, well, I mean, he hasn't played that much. I haven't even seen him play. In my head, I can count maybe 2 or 3 times that I've seen him play for Barcelona, seen him play well for Barcelona. He obviously played against Liverpool at Anfield, and what a night that was, by the way. What happened there? But Coutinho is one that I want to talk to you guys about. Bless you, bless you. Come on, bro. Appreciate that. I mean, he is an exceptional player. If he does come back to Anfield, would Klopp be able to, one, trust him again? Because let's face it, he definitely broke Klopp's trust by not training, not being a part of the team, forcing his way out of the club really in 2018. Does Klopp really bring players like that back? Does he give players a second chance? He's a quality player. However, the way he left was wrong. How can you okay someone who refused a shirt? This is my point, Steve. This is my point. I mean, once that trust is, but for me personally, it's like having a girlfriend that cheated on you. Once she does that, for me, I can't take them back. Mr. Nav22 says it absolutely perfectly here. Coutinho is a snake. Will never take him back. And this is the thing. Once that trust is broken, no matter how cheap he is to get back, can you trust him again? S. Wilson says, I think he's learned his lesson personally, but I agree. No to Coutinho, says Mr. Nav. Right, let's leave Coutinho there, because again, some people still really want him and have included him in their 3 that they're sending in. So guys, if you're watching this now, send in your 3 names that you want Liverpool to buy. There's 13 people watching this now. I want 13 people to just quickly jot down 3 names that they desperately want Liverpool to sign this summer. S. Wilson 29 says Coutinho, Bissouma, and a number 9. This is the thing, right? Coutinho is a 50-50 for me. My mind isn't made up. However, Bissouma obviously looks like a ready-made replacement for Gini Wijnaldum, has Premier League experience, played excellently last season. Arsenal are in for him as well, and I was talking to an Arsenal fan yesterday, and he said, well, listen, you know, we don't have trophies at the minute, we don't have Champions League football at the minute, but we still draw in the big players, and he was convinced that James Maddison is going to go to Arsenal. I personally don't see it. But he was saying Coutinho could still go to Arsenal. And I was saying, well, Coutinho, if there's any club he's going to go to, with all due respect, it isn't Arsenal. If you're Coutinho, you'd rather go to Leicester than Arsenal, really, right now. I mean, Arsenal finished maybe 7th or 8th in the end, and I think Leicester finished 4th. They got, they finished 5th in the end, didn't they? They missed out on Champions League football. So, listen, it's one of those. Do we trust him enough to bring him back? Who knows? But Bissouma is someone who I really do like, and I do think he could potentially fit into that midfield quite beautifully. But I'm not going to pick this one, S. Wilson, as my favourite number 3 names to put forward, only because you've not said the third one. You said a number 9. I need names. I need names. The thing with the number 9 position, obviously, we need someone to challenge Firmino in that number 9 position. However, the way Klopp plays, and a lot of the time it is with Firmino, but a lot of the time we do play with Jota up top, with with Salah up top. Is it worth buying a winger to play as a number 9? Now, Klopp in his time at Anfield has only really ever had Firmino as a main number 9 striker. Obviously, we've had Danny Ings, we've had Sturridge, we've had Origi. These guys haven't really, any of them, been able to hold down and start every single game a season as a number 9, which I think it's rare to do now in the Premier League. But what's to say that we can't go out there and buy a Rafinha or a Kingsley Coman and then make them a number 9? The way we play, all of our front 3 interchange so quickly, so often in a game. Rarely do you see Mane staying out on the left. Rarely do you see Salah staying out on the right. And Firmino, as we know, loves to drop deep. So they're always interchanging like this during the game, which is confusing, really, for the other team to play against. But could we actually get a Coman? Could we actually get a Rafinha and say, look, you guys are going to have to be comfortable with playing across the line, right, left, and up front? And I think Klopp has shown us already that that's what he prefers to do. I mean, if you go back to 2015 when Brendan Rodgers splashes. I was supposed to say spend and splashes then, and I said splend. but he splashed out 32 million on Christian Benteke. Now, as we all know, that didn't work. It didn't work. However, that was probably the last time that Liverpool actually invested in an old-fashioned number 9. Obviously, when he was at the club, Firmino was at the club too. But then Firmino was given the number 9 shirt from Benteke. That's what we have to remember. So realistically, we all know that Firmino isn't your stereotypical number 9, but that's the position he's been playing for the last 5 years. I think he's been at Liverpool for 6 years now, which is a beautiful thing to see. But let me know in the comments now, is it worth going out and buying a number 9, or do we want a bit of adaptability when we're playing against teams? Do we want a Coman? Do we want a Rafinha who can come in and out? Obviously, guys, a lot of shouts here for Malin, a great player who we've all been keeping an eye on. A lot of shouts here for Mbappe. And I was reading something this morning online, obviously from News Now, where everyone gets their sources of information. But there was an article from the Sport Review that says that the Daily Mirror, as quoted by ESPN, are capitalizing apparently. Sorry, let me start that again. The Daily Mirror, as quoted by ESPN, is reporting that the Liverpool Football Club are eager to capitalise on Mbappe's uncertain future at PSG as he continues to resist signing a new deal at the League One Giants, despite only having 1 year left to run on his current contract. So obviously this kid could be free next year. He's still only 22, and as we all know, he's an unbelievable player. And I've always been really, not pessimistic, but just not hopeful that this signing will happen. Yes, I know the links between LeBron James and Nike, and Mbappe's obviously signed to Nike. He's the poster boy for Nike now. We've got the Nike logo on our chest. Does that mean, though, that Mbappe's on his way to Anfield? Like, I've always been a realist. I don't like to come on here and say we're going to sign Mbappe, we're getting Haaland, we're going to win the league next year. I mean, I have said we're going to win the league next year already, so we better. However, tell me, guys, am I being pessimistic? Can we actually get Mbappe? Can we do it? All the signs are pointing to maybe. I mean, he's only got 1 year left on his deal, which currently means that in a year from today, someone somewhere could sign that kid for free, which to PSG would be an absolute disaster. They're very, very adamant. The owners have come out and said he will sign a new deal. There's no way that Mbappe isn't a PSG player next season and beyond. So I'm confused. Like, obviously, everything I'm saying about signing, I'd throw all that out the window if we could get Mbappe. I really would. I do think he's that good. But can we, guys? I don't think it's possible. The money, I mean, the wages, I just don't think it's possible. I don't think, listen, in terms of can he fit into that team? Of course he could. He'd probably win us the league and the Champions League in the same season. But do Liverpool want to spend that much wages on a player? Let's leave Mbappe for the minute. Steve obviously saying that, think about Mbappe, that would be the dream. Let's see what else you guys are saying. I want 3 names, guys. I want you to keep sending in your 3 names, realistic names that Liverpool could buy this summer to really challenge us again for the Champions League and the Premier League next season. Right, Lucas Jones, Renato Sanchez, love that. For me, it's between him and Bissouma. We don't buy both. I think we buy one central midfielder this summer, and it's either Renato Sanchez or Bissouma for me. He says Renato Sanchez, Doku, and Bissouma. I mean, listen, Doku, again, I don't want to get drawn into the idea that just because he's had a decent Euros, and let's not forget Belgium have gone out in the quarterfinals again, but Doku, I don't want to get drawn into this thing of he's had a good Euro, so we've got to buy him. Yes, he had a decent game in the quarters, but realistically, has he done enough to be signed by Liverpool? Let me know in the comments. Has Doku impressed you that much that you think Liverpool should buy him? Or is it just a good Euros that he's had and maybe we shouldn't go for him? Let me know. I'd be really interested to find out what you think, especially about Renato Sanchez and Doku. So Lucas says, Renato Sanchez, Doku and Bissouma, then offload Naby or Ox. Yeah, I think if we buy a central midfielder, I think naturally we'd have to say goodbye to one. Remember, we've still got Milner, we've still got Curtis Jones, we've still got Keita, we've still got Ox. Still got Thiago, Fabinho and Henderson. That's 8. So do we even need another central midfielder? Are we okay with what we've got? That's another question I'd like to ask you. Coutinho, we've said that one already. Right, Nucleatis says Forsberg or Sabitzer might be a good options for your club to replace Wijnaldum. I mean, we've seen a lot of Forsberg, especially at the Euros, scored 4 goals for Sweden. Unbelievable tournament for him. And Sabitzer for Austria was decent as well, but also had a great season with RB Leipzig, and we've played against Sabitzer. Is he a little bit old, Sabitzer? Let me know, I might be wrong. If he's less than 28, I think it's a good option. I mean, he's number 9 for Austria. He was a different number, which almost makes me think, can this guy play in a lot of positions? And the answer is probably yes. And obviously, as we know, Klopp likes someone who can play in 2 or 3 positions. Get me Haaland, says Mr. Nav. I mean, unfortunately, that guy Haaland, realistically, it's going to be a Man City, a PSG, a Real Madrid. I don't think that Liverpool would ever get Haaland, and I'd say that now. So in the future, we're not really thinking about it too much, and we can just get past it. Nuclear Atom says, thank you, Wijnaldum, for not signing for Barca. I did not want to face you in El Clásico. Tielemans, Marlon, and a backup. Oh, good, guys. I'm so sorry for yawning. Didn't sleep well last night at all, and I've got hay fever. Right, Carl says, Tielemans, Malin, and a backup right back if Nico is leaving. Now, on Nico Williams, let me hear about your guys' opinion, but I don't want Nico Williams to leave. I don't want it. I think he's the perfect right back up to Trent. I really do. I mean, obviously, we don't ever want Trent to not play because he's that good. But for me, Nico Williams has to stay at Liverpool. I don't see us selling Nico Williams. And if we did, it would force us into buying a backup right back, which I don't think we need. So let's just leave that headache. I don't think Nico will leave. Marlon and Tielemans, though, 2 names that I'm liking. I can't lie to you. Tielemans, as we all know, was rumoured to move to Liverpool straight after he scored that winner for Leicester in the FA Cup against Chelsea. Who would you guys want, though? Because let's be honest, we're not buying 2 central midfielders. We're just not. We're not. So I want to know in the comments right now, do you want Tielemans, Renato Sanchez, or Bissouma? You have to have one out of those 3. Because like I said, there's no way, with all the midfielders that we've already got at the club, there's no way we're buying 2 guys. There's no way. And I'd like to see Curtis Jones play a lot more next season, to be fair as well. But Tielemans, Sanchez or Bissouma, which one do we get out of those 3? Who's the best out of those 3? Let me know in the comments right now. Move Salah to number 9, says Carl. Mbappe, says Dennis. Good point, bro, says S. Wilson. I think that was my point about all the players being able to play across the front 3. Renato, Tielemans, and Marlon and Mbappe, unlikely, says Daniel Thomas. Might have to sneeze again, guys. FIFA Gaming, says Kanate. Gravenberch. Oh, hay fever is killing me today, man. Absolute madness. But FIFA Gaming says Kanate, Gravenberch, and Vlahovic. Now, this again, obviously we've got Kanate in the bank already, which is great. But Gravenberch and Vlahovic, are they Liverpool level? Are they ready to jump into the Premier League? It reminds me of this story actually that I read this morning as well, and it's an article from Rousing the Kop, and it says Liverpool can finally replace Gini Wijnaldum with their original choice. Now, back in 2016 when we were going for Gini Wijnaldum, apparently one of the other names, as we all know, the second choice for that signing back in 2016 was Peter Zielinski. Now he is at Udinese, or he was, and then he went to Napoli. And actually, Udinese declined an offer from us for Zielinski, but then apparently accepted an identical offer from Napoli. We don't know why, to be honest, but he's obviously been there, Zielinski, and he's played very well. And it could be a shout. Should we go back in for Peter Zielinski as a midfielder? Is he a ready-made replacement for Wijnaldum? Obviously, people think that Liverpool need a replacement for Wijnaldum, but do we though? Very interesting. Do we actually need to replace him? 8 goals, 10 assists last season in Serie A, both career highs. So he's just off the best season he's had in his career. He's in his prime. These players obviously don't come cheap. Look, he's just represented Poland at the Euros as well. But he's 27. A very good season for Napoli. So do we actually go in now for Peter Zielinski? That's another fourth midfielder that I'm going to throw into the hat for you guys to debate about. Daniel says Marlon would be a great one. Haaland and Grealish would be two of my three. The third I would need to think about, but Mbappe would be the dream. Dennis wants Mbappe as well. Rafinha is good. He knows the Premier League already. Koeman is a class player. I mean, Koeman scored the winner in the Champions League final last year for Bayern. So he's no mug, surely. We can see if he sees the value of our club instead of Real, which is in turmoil right now, as is Barcelona. Nuclear Atoms here with three names. Forsberg, Renato, or Sabitzer could be good to replace Wijnaldum, right? Yeah, we can whack in Sabitzer and Forsberg as well there. Money is a problem, though, says Daniel Thomas. Steven says, I hope we make a deal soon, because I feel if we go into a season with just Konate, then I believe we'll probably be in a similar situation to last season. Absolutely. Let me just get this clear. Before the season starts, Liverpool must buy a midfielder and a striker. We must. And let's not lie as well. We need to sell 3 or 4 players, guys. And this all needs to happen really within a month. The season starts in 5 weeks today. So realistically, we need to get all this done within, I'd say, 4 weeks, because obviously we want pre-season there as well. Maybe even 2 or 3 weeks, to be honest, guys. Doku for a loan, maybe. S. Wilson says he's not totally convinced by Doku. £433,000 a week might be too much. Exactly. Rafinha could replace Ginny. Interesting shout there from Dennis. No to Doku, says Stephen. Will this be Curtis Jones's breakout season? I mean, you could argue that last season was his breakout season. I think he scored 5 goals, scored in the Premier League, Champions League. Pretty sure he scored in the League Cup and FA Cup. So really good season, I think, for Curtis Jones. Probably didn't play as much as he wanted to in the second half of the season when we were pushing for the top 3. But I actually believe that Curtis Jones could come into this midfield and be the man this year. Shoot me for saying it, but I think that could be true. JC84 says Klopp has Ober and Lewandowski on speed dial. If he really wants an out-and-out number 9, it won't take long. This is the thing. I mean, these guys are in the 30s now. Klopp just doesn't do that. But it's a great point that you do raise. Gagan Deep says Bissouma for me, Prem proven and an ideal Ginny replacement. Very interesting. Is Coutinho in the Brazilian squad? I don't actually know. Obviously, Brazil are in the final of the Copa America Saturday night, and they're playing against Argentina, which will be an amazing game. I think it kicks off around midnight, and I would like to stay up and watch that. Barcelona, Argentina. Is Coutinho in there? I don't think he is, guys. Which actually it's mind-blowing. That is mind-blowing. If Coutinho's not in the Brazil squad, that's mind-blowing. Can't believe that. If Nico, I'd give Nico 1 more year to show he's a good backup right back. There you go, Stephen. Good shout from you. North Red. Don't know a lot about Doku, but Sanchez is a firm no. Wow, says North Red. I don't think he was worth talking about when we were strongly linked with him years ago, and I'm still not convinced at all. Very, very interesting from North Red. Very interesting. Let's go into some more comments. Aidan Andrews, big up to you, mate. Koeman, Sanchez, too injury prone. Interesting. Tielemans. So out of the 3, Tielemans, Bissouma, and Sanchez, Stephen wants Tielemans. Aidan wants Bissouma. Sebastian says Tielemans, Premier League proven. Daniel wants Tielemans. Carl wants Tielemans. And Nuclear Atom says, I don't see Liverpool buying players from the top 8 clubs. The players will be out of their budget. Zielinski, no. Zielinski, no, says Aidan Andrews. Gangadeep says, Alex, thoughts on Danny Olmo? I like Olmo. He plays for, is it Leipzig? Please confirm that for me. I mean, I didn't even think he'd get in the Spain squad. I didn't even know he was Spanish, to be honest. But yeah, he did play well last night. Missed a penalty in the shootout, but had a really good tournament, I think, and started over the likes of, well, on that left-hand side for Spain, he's starting over the likes of Orizabal, and these kind of guys, but he's done well. The level thing is kind of nonsense. You're not going to sign top players from top teams often. Who would you want to sell? Now, that's a great question. For me, Karius should go. I wanted to get rid of Adrian and for us to buy a new keeper, but he's staying. So Karius must go. Really torn on the centre-backs, man. Really torn, because at the start of pre-season or the end of the season, I said Matip has to go. He's just signed a new deal, so that won't be happening. Let me just have a drink. 25 minutes of speaking. And you're still with us. Love that. Matip should go, and I think Konate could have replaced him. Now, I wouldn't have actually sold Reece Williams or Nat Phillips. So still, Karius should go. I would say Keita should go. I think Origi should go. I think Shaqiri might go. I think Harry Wilson might go. That's 5 there. Are Liverpool going to get rid of 5 players? I think out of those players, you could be surprised by seeing a couple of them stay. What are your thoughts on Origi potentially staying in Shaq? I mean, Origi, I love that kid so much, but Origi needs to go. And I'm not saying it because I want him to go. I'm actually thinking of him. I'm putting myself in his shoes as a 26-year-old now, who's been at Liverpool now for 6 years and achieved everything he could have potentially achieved. Go and find another club and go and challenge yourself, Divock. If I saw Divock just sitting on the bench next season for us, I'd be really disappointed for him, because I do think he's better than sitting on the bench. And I do think for his age, he needs to be playing every single week, and he needs to be banging in goals every single week for someone. Do you agree with me? Am I being harsh, or am I being a bit emotional there? I just think he's got to go for his own sake. I love Divock Origi, giving us so many great memories, but for his own sake, Divock, get some games, kid. Shaq as well. I mean, read an article yesterday saying that Liverpool would be prepared to sell the Shaq for 13 million. Now, obviously, we bought him for about 11 million, so technically that would be a profit. But this man is Switzerland's all-time leading goal scorer at the Euros. He scored 3 this tournament and got an assist. I think for his country, he's played 90 games, got 25 goals and 25 assists, which is unreal, to be fair, for a winger. And we saw how good his goals were, man. Can we afford to let someone like that go? And my opinion has changed. At the start of pre-season, I said, and Doyle was with me and said, you know, he's got to go. And again, I don't want to be drawn into, oh, he's had a good Euros, we've got to keep him. But he's so unique. Who else have we got to bring on off the bench rather than Shaq, who's that unique? I don't know, guys. I'd say Origi should go and Shaq should stay. Who agrees with me there? Dennis says, I think we should sell Keita. Go grab a Aubameyang for a season, maybe a bit similar to what Van Persie did at United. Went there, won the league, and then fucked off. Coutinho injured, says Aidan. Injured, interesting. We have the players to sell, so no excuse for not spending. Also, I do have faith in Curtis Jones. He should get a run in. He's ready. Also, guys, remember, Harvey Elliott's back this season. Harvey Elliott is back this season. Does he go on loan? Do we sell him? Let us know in the comments now. Leipzig, yes, so Sabitzer is from Leipzig. Sweet jersey. Thank you, Craig. This is the stadium version. Don't forget, I still have... No, this isn't the stadium version. Are you mad? Are you mad? This is the Vaping It version, £104 one. But guys, all of you watching right now, I have one of these to give away. I'm literally going to be giving away one of these at the start of the season. So make sure you watch the first episode of Hot Copics, and you can find out how to win one of these bad boys. I think I got it in size medium or size large. So I'm going to be giving one of these bad boys away. So do stay in the loop to find out how you can win one of these beauties. Will you be watching the match tonight? I hope England win the tournament. Yes, I'll be covering the game England versus Denmark tonight on the Don Robbie channel. I'll be in the studio. DT will be there. Expressions will be there. Lee Judges will be there. Nikki, West Ham Fan TV will be there. So some real big names actually on the stream tonight. Really looking forward to it. If you're supporting England tonight, go ahead and watch that. Boo Reader says, congratulations, we let go of the only fit midfielder we've got. Do you know what, bro? That's an interesting shout from you, and one that I'd have to agree with. We're left with Thiago, Milner, Keita and Hendo, all got an injury in them. I say we try and raid Barcelona, says Gang Deep. They are hugely over their wage bill, 200 million over their wage bill. Hence, they cannot register Depay, Aguero, etc. They need to get rid of players on huge wages before they can even sign anyone. I hear that, but do we want to be the team that comes out and helps Barcelona get out of financial trouble? Does that make us look like idiots? Do we want to be that team that allows Barca to register Depay and Aguero? Let me know in the comments. Would you sell Origi at the back of? I've already spoken on that. Aiden says, get rid of Ox, Origi, Keita, Wilson, Royk, Matip, and Shaq. Very interesting. That's 7 names there. Shaq is too much of a moment player to me. It depends what Elliott does in pre-season if it's good enough to get into the squad. Well, let's not forget, mate. Stephen, last summer, Harvey Elliott had an incredible pre-season and got loaned out to Blackburn. So that doesn't really qualify him for getting into the team, the first team in the league this year. I think some players have had great pre-seasons. Look at Danny Ings, he had a great pre-season. Sturridge had a great pre-season, and they've all gone. Totally agree. Definitely Origi sell. Give Shaq another go if he's content to sit on the bench. Excited to see Harvey and Curtis more, hopefully. Did you guys sell Harry Wilson? No. Aiden says to Nuclear Atom, Wilson is still here. Guys, you know how I feel about Harry Wilson. I think he's maybe missed a boat at Liverpool to get in the first team. But if you rewind 6 years, I think he'd be starting every game, to be honest. I do think he's that good. And I do think he will play in the Premier League for another club. I hope he does, because I do think he's that good. And if he does stay, really interested to see that. But guys, I'm going to end it there. I mean, it will be really, really, really interesting. And of course, we're going to do more videos on transfer rumours and targets. But it'll be really interesting to see how our squad finishes for the start of the season. I'm so interested for that. Because really, there's a lot of players to buy still. There's a lot of players to sell. And really, we're only in the first week of July. Things are going to chop and change. But as 5 weeks to go till the season starts, we'd like to see some activity, definitely in and out of Liverpool Football Club. 2 more comments to read out. Stephen says, yes, but that's the Championship, and he was playing in a very poor Blackburn side. And we've seen the same situation with Harry Wilson, and it hasn't worked, but I hope it works out for Elliott. Gagan Deep says, Alex, what are your thoughts on FSG? You in or out? I mean, why do we have to either be in or out? Can't we just be slightly annoyed? Like, why in life now do we have to be in or out? Can you sit on the fence? Because realistically, guys, the only thing in my head, there's 2 things that FSG have done wrong since they've been at the club. The first thing was try and raise the ticket prices. That got slowly pushed away by the fans quickly, so I should say. It wasn't slow at all. We left the Sunderland game at Anfield to make a point, which we actually ended up drawing that fucking game. That's the first thing they did. The second thing that they did, obviously, as you all know, was the Super League. Now, I actually spoke to someone who works very close with John Henry. I won't mention their name, but when I was in Liverpool for the last game of the season, I was around a person who works very closely with John Henry, and that person asked me, am I FSG in or out? And I said the same thing to that person. I said, you know, there's 2 things that they've done bad. Realistically, under their stewardship, we've won a League Cup, we've won a Champions League, we've won a Premier League, we've won a Super Cup, a World Club Cup. This was all under the ownership of FSG. Let's not forget, again, FSG have bought, they've bought Van Dijk and Alisson, really. They've bought Wijnaldum, they've bought Matip, they've bought some incredible players, Salah, they've bought Mane, they've bought Firmino. All of our team really are FSG signings. So and of course they've developed the new stadium. So I'm really torn, man. I don't think I'm FSG in or FSG out. I really don't. Let me know if you guys agree with that. North Red says FSG under the microscope in the coming weeks. Champions spend it modern day football reality. Totally agree, Alex. Looking forward to the new development of the stadium. And that's another thing. Currently we're on 55k. We're about to be on 60k fans at Anfield. And again, you know, we have to take our hat off to FSG. They've put their hand in their pockets and really invested in this team, man. So I am not FSG out. I am not FSG in. I hope that clears it up for you guys. Let me know if you feel the same. Boo Reader, the last comment I'm going to read. He says, I want to be FSG in, but I'm not willing to wait another 10 years for a league title. The summer is their chance to show us their ambitions. That I agree with. We need to have a big summer of transfers, guys, and hopefully FSG can deliver that for us. But listen, I'll be back tomorrow with another transfer roundup. I'm going to be reading all the articles today and try and give you some names. Do we buy them? Do we not? Guys, like I said at the start of the video, please give us the like. It doesn't hurt. It really doesn't. And of course, the all stand renovating paid back by the fans. Give us a like, give us a comment. Let us know who your 3 players should be for Liverpool to sign this summer. Nuclear Atom says cheers to you for watching, mate, and commenting, and of course subscribe. And guys, a quick reminder, I'll be on Don Robbie tonight with DT Expressions and Nikki watching the England game. And then as we approach next week, I'll be moving to Liverpool. I move to Liverpool next Thursday. I'm currently in North London, but I move to Liverpool next Thursday, guys, to really give this channel a proper go. And I hope you're all going to be with me on the journey as we try to get to 10K by the end of the year. I really need your help on this, guys. Like I said, moving to Liverpool next week to really take the Kop TV to the next level. So guys, I need your support, man. I need your help. I need your views. I need your likes. I need your comments. You've been amazing in this channel up to now, but I need all the help I can possibly get. I've got a target that I've set myself of 10K by the end of the year. It's about 4,000. It's about 1,000 a month. It can easily be done. We've done it in the past. We've had 2,000 in a month before on this channel subs. But I really need all of your help, man. I really do need all of your help. Daniel, watch the game tonight with ourselves on Don Robbie. Imay says, we're there for you, Alex. Do you know what? I love that. I love that every single one of you watching right now is a part of this channel. And trust me, we're doing big things, man. We've already done big things on this channel. We've interviewed ex-players. We've been on Sky Sports News, BBC Sport, Talk Sport, the Premier League, representing the Kop TV. I've been on all of these channels with the Kop TV underneath. I'm trying to spread the word as much as I possibly can. So I need all the help I can possibly get from you guys. I know I ask for help, and I don't want to ask for help. You know, it's a thing that I don't really like asking for help. But if I'm going to get 10K subs by the end of the year, I need your help, and I need you to spread the word. I need you to share the videos, to like it, to make sure everyone's seeing it in their timelines on YouTube. The only Liverpool fan channel that I watch is this. Big up to you, bro. I love that. Obviously, there's some incredible Liverpool channels out there, and we are working with them. You know, we've worked with the Redmen, we've worked with the Anfield Rap, we worked with James Redmond, we worked with Kopish, the LFC Day Trippers, Daz, Theo. You know, the family is so strong. I've worked with the Anfield Agenda, Craig. The family is so strong, and we've all got this infinite love for Liverpool, and we just need to help each other. So Manesh says, we are here for you, bro. You'll never walk alone. Come on, man. You'll never walk alone really does mean something when you say it to a Liverpool fan, and it means that we're all a family in this together, man. So listen, you're going to get me emotional out here, guys. Wow. Very late, just popped in to give it a like, mate. Going to rewind and watch now. Have a good day, bro. Mitchell, you're a star, man. Thank you so much. I love you guys commenting, but Mitchell has been there from day one. Love that. So guys, I'm going to say it again. Give us a like, share the video, make sure you comment, and remember, I'll be living in Liverpool next week. It's mad. Do you know how much money I've spent on this move? It's crazy. Thousands of pounds we've spent on this. So we're going to go to Liverpool. We're going to give it a big shot. The content is going to go up a level. I'm going to be filming every morning on the rooftop with a view of the city. It's going to be a mad one, but I need all of your help. I need you to watch, I need you to like, and I need you to subscribe. Most importantly, the LFC fan base is undefeated. Come on, bro. Love that. Right, guys, much love. I'll be back tomorrow. Remember, I'm on Don Robbie tonight watching the England game. But yeah, guys, like I say, I need your help, I need your love, and I need your support. So please make sure you do that for me, and I will repay you in content. Trust me. Hot Copics with James Redmond very soon. But until then, take care. I'll see you tomorrow.
Whoa. Just before you go,
don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.